Okay. Cool. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Ben. It's my wife Jenna, and my phone's going off already. But it's just before 8 o'clock. It's 48 freaking degrees out this morning, and you're gonna come hang out with us for a ride-along vlog-style day on us running our mobile mechanic business. So sit back, relax. I hope you enjoy the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll see you at the end. All right, first job. We are back at that old Mustang Cobra kit car. We got to put an ignition switch in it. So let's go get ready. Huh? Yep. Okay, yeah, not be a jackass. Man, they really had that on good. Good gracious. All right. So, yeah, we've got stuff I can't see because I'm blind. But our new switch is slightly different. So battery, probably start because it has ST on it. And then that's, I guess maybe, I don't know why that would be that, but battery start and something. All right, can I have the other phone so I can take some pictures? Oh boy. Grab me a Phillips screwdriver. Okay. I think that should be good. We should be able to do that. Let's take this other switch. So here's our new switch. We're good. No destroying anything. All right. Thank you. And then grab me like a 10mm wrench, please. So if you guys remember correctly or saw my last video on this car, one of these would not tighten well and they were stripped out, causing the vehicle to stall and die just by touching the dash. Thanks. All right, so that was battery. That was start. And then the brown and the blue is on accessory, which we know because the brown, now that we're doing that 53 Ford, we know that the brown and the blue is, or the brown is the alternator feed. Yeah, it's this one here. It wouldn't tighten. It was stripped out. The piece of copper here was stripped out, and that's on the ignition one. All right. So we should be good. The wires are, we got enough terminals and the wires should go back to the exact same places. As long as I hook it all back up correctly. That's why I took pictures. That's good?
Yep.
I know your version of good, though. Just kidding, it's fine. So we're going to start with our battery, which is this one here. And I can't remember what's on what, so that's why I took pictures. The one thing I do know is that the two main reds were on the battery. One, that's really bright in my face. So these two right here go onto the battery one, which is this one. I'm going to put those there. One of these things, the washers. My head's not blocking it, right?
Nope.
Okay. Can you get me a 10 millimeter deep socket with the ratchet? Because I don't know if I'll get the wrench in good. We're not going to make that super tight yet because those wires might have to move in different directions. So then the little wire, this one, goes on the start one, which should be this terminal here. Just set it down. Thanks. Mm-hmm. And then I'm actually remembering, the blue and the brown should be on the ignition one. Shit, maybe I don't know. Really, Ben? Yes, should be on the ignition. Come on, camera. And then the one with the two reds should be on the accessory, it looks like. I can't see the picture. Oh, crap. Just got rid of it. And the orange. Yeah, orange is... Yeah, orange and the two reds should be on the ignition, I think. So this one and this one should be here. And then the brown and the blue should technically go to the accessory line because the accessory should be brown. The brown, if I'm correct, is the alternator feed coming in. But we have to see now, because this is a different switch, we need to make it so it goes in here kind of like this. So that way it's everything lines up real good. So we're going to try to have these right here, I think. Basically, I got to keep the wires in a certain direction. It's actually a 3/8. No big deal. Okay, now let's try to get these two in the right spot because these are not as long as the other ones. Hello, this is Ben with 3Ts. Okay, I might have to move this way. So if I do that, I can put these on this direction, I think. Okay. All right, that's in. Technically, we can put this in, I think, like this without nothing touching. But we're going to do a test on it first. Oh, get skinny. Oh. We're in neutral. Okay. Key, accessory. Yep, everything started to come to life. Go back to off. And there we go. Everything's on. I can fire, right? Okay. My hand's all wet. No, I'm not a lefty. Seems a little thick at the moment. All right, well, ignition switch is in, and we're done. We just were talking to him a little bit about he's got some misfiring and backfiring at downshifting and stuff like that. That is out of my realm when it comes to a car like that. I'm not going to get involved in it. There are some places in town that I recommended him to. One is called Sierra Bravo. The other one he had mentioned is called Jeff's Tuning. He's up in Ocala as well. He has a dyno. I didn't know that. Or I knew someone had a dyno, but I didn't know who it was. So it's called Jeff's Tuning. But anyway, so we're going to leave him up with that and let him handle that himself. Our job is done, and we're going to head on to the next job. Okay, we're at our next one here. This old Chevy or GMC truck. You've seen me work on this one before. And I was actually here last week. I didn't film on that one, I don't believe. We did passenger side axle, seal, not axle, axle seal. We need to do the axle on the, or driver side. We need to do the axle on this. I don't know what the fuck I gotta do. I gotta do one of these sides. I gotta put an axle in it and a ball joint. That's it. I already did the other work. The reason why I didn't finish it that day is the ball joint they gave me was wrong, and I didn't realize it until I got here, so whatever. I'm gonna get to work on this one, and you'll see it. Yeah, 19mm socket and a 21mm socket, please. And a big effing hammer. How does that look? Gonna have a hook for the brakes. And I'm gonna need an 18mm as well.
we'll need a 15 millimeter for this gun, and then we'll need the other impact and a 15 millimeter on it, but the short swivel ones. Actually, I don't need to take that hub off. We're going to take that out. I was wrong. I was wrong on that. I need, can't tell what size this is. It's probably going to be like a 17, so the 1917 ratchet wrench. I'll give me the 1816 one. I was wrong. Rags, please. I'm going to need the snap-on ball joint press, please. Yeah, it's in the big bin. Okay. Okay, those are all I do. Yeah, extension.
Yep, that's gonna be some fun getting that out. Maybe not. Oh yeah. Okay, so there's your axle. Boot's completely torn out of it. No, you're good, babe. I gotta get this ball joint out first. I'm gonna need my snap ring plier set. It's on the top shelf, the bin or the box next on the left. Just pop that open for me. And I only need one out of here. That's good. You can take that away for now. I'm gonna need the ball joint press. And there's your ball joint. I'll need the new ball joint, please. We use our big snap-on. Looks familiar. Yeah. Thank you. Oh, it seems pretty good. You just set that stuff down here, babe. Just set it here, babe, so you can answer the phone. I don't want to take up your time. I think that'll be good. The other one's a little too close. Hits the rubber on there. So I'm going to use that one there. Then I think we're going to use this cap here. All right, ready to go. Got it. All right, let's get this out of the way. So we got a new pin. It fell apart. My icon fell apart. Okay, that's good. Let's go ahead and put our grease fitting in. I got a 10mm wrench, please. Just the regular wrench, not the ratchet ones. Thank you. Don't fall. Okay. right, we're good on that. Now, let's go ahead and get the new axle, please. Let's get that fed up in here. Nice. Okay. So now we're gonna get our bolts put back in. Up in, or no, actually it's on top of the black cart. There's a small plastic case that has cotter pins in it. I'm gonna need that. And then I'm gonna need the torque amount for the axle nut. Okay. Golden. All right, cool. Now let's get our knuckle slips back onto this thing. Have our nut here ready to go. This might be a little bit fun. I'll try to do. Never mind, that was simple. Ish. Okay, got that. Okay, that started. Sure, probably around 200 something. 188, sounds good. And then we'll need the wheel torque after too, but. And there's, and I'll need my grease gun, which is down on the left, down there, yeah. Some new cotter pins. Okay, that's one. Let's get this bottom tightened up. This I might not have a socket over here for. Can I have my 24 millimeter socket, please? Got our washer and our axle nuts. Do that like that until we go to do the torque. We got to make it right because this is a crush nut and we don't want it to be too far overdone. So let's go ahead and do the rest of this stuff. We'll do that towards the end because I got to put something here to go against the ground. Let's see about putting it in four-wheel drive. I don't know if that'll work for us or not. Good. Another new cotter pin. All right, let's see about maybe getting this torqued down. You said how much, Ben? 188? Okay, let me get my torque wrench and we'll set it up for that 190-ish. See what we get. All right, let's go back over it. The axle's tight, we did that. The upper is tight with a new cotter pin. The bottom is tight with a new cotter pin. The tie rod is tight with a new cotter pin. The brakes are back on and tight. ABS is back together. Greased both of the ball joints. And that should be it. We're going to take the hub center out of the rim, I think, and try to make sure we torque this good. And then we might have to take it back off to do it the other way, to put it back on. So what I mean by that is this cap we're going to take off. We're going to leave this in so we can put our tire back on and we can torque that center hub with the tire on the ground just to make sure it's 100% because I like to be double on what I do. The tire is a little bit on the ground, not 100%. I might need a, no, I think I'll be all right. Okay, and that is at 188. I'm going to go to 190 because I'm a sissy. There we go. We're good on that. And what did you say they were at? 140, babe? 140. Right there's 140. Okay. All right, we're all set on that. I'm going to go ahead and get cleaned up, and then we're going to go on a test drive. All right, well, that one's all done. Yeah, he's taking it back to New York. It's such a heavily rusted vehicle that it's damn near rotten. But I'm sad to see it go because they're great customers, and they repair just about everything that we advise them on, and they're very good at maintaining the car. It's just a rusty truck, and I don't want to deal with it anymore. But all in all, we're done. Axle, ball joint, we're heading out of here to the next job. We'll see you there. All right, I'm at my next one here. Lights are already on. It's a Hyundai Veloster. The customer called. He got it from his dad. He inherited it, and it's been sitting for quite some time until his daughter was ready to drive. Actually, she inherited it, not him. So his main complaint is the brake lights stay on, which we've already looked at. It's just the little nub on the brake pedal is missing. So we're going to put a clip in there, fix that. He said it started smoking the other day when he was using it. It's been running now for about 10 minutes. We're going to wait to see if that happens. We're going to test drive it. We got to fill up some tires. They're a little low. It's definitely been sitting a while because the brakes were kind of held on and stuck. It didn't want to move when I first wanted to drive the vehicle out of its spot and put it over here. So we're going to just kind of give it a quick little once over, fix the brake light thing, and take it for a drive down the road and see if anything weird's going on in it, and just kind of go from there and see what his next steps are and how far he wants to go. So yeah, that's it. What's up? Well, you looked at me funny.
Nope. I just didn't want to walk in there and
Okay. I typically have some of those nubs to put in there, but I'm thinking I don't have any. These all look like transmission whatever the hell they're called, transmission things. So I don't have the plastic one, which is fine. I do have my regular clips, though. We can typically plug one of these straight through the that hole, and it'll make the brake lights work. So we're going to take a couple of these with us, get a pair of pliers and a flashlight, and we're going to get underneath that dash and try to get that put in real quick. And then we'll fill up some tires and go for a test drive. So when you're done doing what you're doing, does someone call us?
No, but there's 4 from yesterday, so I was gonna.
Okay, just make sure they're nothing important. But
Yeah.
turn on the compressor when you get a minute.
Okay.
Let that fill up so I can fill the tires. Or, yeah, they need to be filled. All right, let's see what we got here. So, right there, I just put that in the hole instead, and then it shuts the brake pedal off. Because otherwise it just goes through the hole in this bracket and makes the brake lights stay on. So that's all it needs. Obviously, most of you mechanics that are following me, you know that's a common problem. For you consumers, if you're running into that, that's the problem on almost every shitty little front-wheel drive car. Okay. Oh. I gotta tighten the battery because he had taken it loose. They've got some rodent damage going on. He had disconnected the negative, so we're just tightening that up real quick. It's kind of loud. My compressor's running. All right, so let's get a 32 PSI. So we're gonna get these tires filled up and then we're gonna go on a test drive real quick. The AC doesn't work at all. Come on. All right, unplug that and let me get the thing. Oh, my knee. Ow, the rocks. All these tires are at 18 or so PSI. Okay, everything's at 32, just like what the door says. All right, can you come and push on the brake pedal? Make sure the brake lights are working the way they're supposed to. Right now they're off. Yep. All right, go ahead and start it back up. We'll do some lights. So push button down in the middle, right in front of the shifter. Do you see it? Okay, now she sees it. All right, Headlights. Good. Left turn. Good. Right turn. Reverse. Good. Back and park. Keep the headlights on. Tag lights are good. Sorry, you guys couldn't see that at all. Left turn. High beams. Good. Off. They got fog lights. No, that's the headlights off. She can't figure out the fog lights. That's all right, neither can I half the time. And I just realized I was probably yelling in the camera when I was telling her to check the lights.
Was that it? Is here?
Yeah, so you gotta move that one individually. Nope. Yeah.
Yeah.
But so that's off. On, hang on. All right, you gotta turn the headlights back on, babe. Now turn the fog lights on. Okay, we got one out. All right, we got one left fog light out. So we can notate that. Lots of rodents. There's shit everywhere in here. All right, you're good. I'm gonna go on a ride. Okay, we're not gonna go far because this thing's got expired tags. So I'm actually probably only gonna just go like down around the block a little bit here. I have no place to put you. Hang on. Just stare at the ceiling. Put a seatbelt on real quick. Put the window up. I gotta check that little half door over there. He had mentioned that he couldn't get it to unlock. But this is the drive. The problems with cars that sit too long. When they sit too long, things start to lock up. Brakes start to lock up, transmissions start to shift weird, fluid gets old and crappy. The tires, this thing's bouncing all over the freaking place. Oh God, the noise on the brakes is horrible. Huh. The PT Cruiser has turned pink when it used to be red. That's fun. All right. Holy crap, this front end is really bad. The tires are bad on it is what it is. See if I can show it to you. Probably not, but no, you can't really see it on camera. You might be able to, I don't know. But as of right now, it's horrible. The front end's bouncing. I can't go very far. Like I said, this tag is expired and I'm not getting a ticket on their behalf. The brakes seem like they will possibly shut up because they're starting to get quieter as I'm using the brakes. And I'm actually starting to be able to drive down the road a little better. So right now, we're going to let them know that the brakes are going to need cleaning because the rotors are all surface rusted. The pads will probably just need to be replaced. They could probably be cleaned up and they'll be okay. But if your daughter's going to drive it, fix it. Let's just replace it and let's get her safe on the road. So we're going to go back and let them know first things first, his tires need to be replaced. They got flat spots in them. The brakes, because of all the rust, I'll try to show that to you when I get back. But like I said, when I first got into it, I put it in reverse and drive, it wouldn't move. They were held on so tight that the car just wouldn't drive. I mean, not drive like down the road. It wouldn't move out of the spot. It was stuck. I had to rev it up to like 3,000 RPM before I finally started to get the brakes to break free. So it's got quite a few things he's going to need to do if he wants to put his daughter in this car. And I'm going to assume they want to because, like I said, it was his dad that left it to her for an inheritance. So I'm going to look at the door. We're going to write all this up. Needs an AC check. I can hear it electronically running. It's probably got a leak somewhere, which is going to be common with something sitting as long as it has. But all in all, it's just maintenance things because it sat too long. We can get this thing back on the road. It'll be fine. They're just going to have to put some money in it. So I'm going to go write this up, let them know what's going on, collect my fee for today, and I'm going to head on to the next job, and we will see you there. Hard loose and got into the pan, or got into the filter or something. So
Crank it and show you.
all right, let's see what we got. We're back at the old Packard. Basically, we're at our next job. Ah, battery. Oh, that poses a problem. I don't have a 6-volt charger.
I do.
Okay. Babe, can you grab a flashlight?
Right behind you.
Oh, yeah, you had your box. You had it last time. That's right.
Yeah.
6-volt positive ground system. So anyway, we're at our next one. You guys have seen this Packard before. He just put a new fuel tank in it and a new fuel filter. Something probably got into the line because the old tank was rusty. If you remember the last time we were here, we were dealing with some rough runningness. We had some wires go bad. The cap and the distributor had some rust in it, but we have found junk in our secondaries in our fuel on our carburetor. So if that'll do it, will that allow it to start or no? You have to wait a few minutes.
Couple of minutes.
Okay. So we're going to let it sit for a few minutes because that battery's a little dead, but he says it's running rough now. So we'll try to see what it's like and then go from there. Probably right here in this top section of the carb. This is where our fuel line comes in. This pops out, and I think there was a screen in here somewhere. If not, we'll take this oil bath air cleaner back off. We'll pop this cover right back off on here and this section here. And that comes out, and we can get to our little jets that are in there that spray down into the center throat when you really get on it.
Okay.
So
Now, the AC.
yeah.
For Christmas, I'm getting an electric compressor.
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to have everything here. I am not going to be here for the month of May.
Okay.
You got all month to do it.
All month of May.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to be gone for a while.
So the so what's the electric compressor you're getting?
Electric compressor.
It's a 12
with
volt.
With a mini evaporator.
Okay.
So it'll fit.
That evaporator over there?
That's out. Forget that one.
Okay,
Too
but
big.
oh, that's too big. Okay.
Yeah.
But now with our 6-volt system, how are we running that?
What you're gonna do is I'm gonna get a 12 volt. 12 volt. It looks like a generator, but it's an alternator.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna get the kickdowns for everything else.
So we're gonna
12 to
do the
6.
we're gonna do the resistors on our gauges
Right.
and stuff like that. Okay.
No lights.
So we're gonna convert basically to a 12 volt
right, exactly.
in a sense. So we're just gonna upgrade our generator to a 12 volt generator. Gonna put a 12 volt battery in it, and we'll change out what needs to be changed out and that stuff. So
they make a new it's a block now, and you could hook up 4 things to it.
Yeah.
Go from 12 to 6.
oh
So
really?
I could buy like 2 or 3 of them, and I could take care of the whole thing.
Oh, okay. So that'll drop. That's our resistor in place.
Right.
So we can drop our 6 volts. So because the main thing is your gauges won't work, your lights won't work, and any like point condenser type thing, whatever that runs off the 6 volts won't work. So we can actually have a half. We're gonna have a half system then.
Right.
At that point. All right. Whatever info you have on that, get to me soon.
Sure.
Because you texted me something. I had looked into that, but that was a while ago, and I
Yeah.
don't remember what
That's
that
the
was.
mini
That was the mini
evaporator.
evaporator. Okay.
Yeah, which fits perfect. I measured it, made a template.
Okay.
There's plenty of room.
Cool. So whatever info you have on that conversion kit, let me know. Because like I'm doing a 53 Ford panel now.
Yeah.
I just completely gutted a 53 Ford of all the old wiring. We're putting in a Ron Francis kit, and it's taking me a lot longer than I expected. So even though you're gone for May, I still have to contend with my time frame.
No, I know
Um,
that. I know that.
So I want to make sure I understand that kit, and I can ask you questions and get every information I can for whatever prior to you leaving.
Yeah, no problem.
And then that way if I can call those people if I need to, if I have problems or locations of all these things to mount, I want to make sure you know it and I know it in case I got to drill holes and do things and do stuff
Sure.
like that.
Yeah.
But cool.
Okay.
That'll be awesome. That'll be a
Yeah.
fun little project to
So
get
I
done.
get it done when I come back. We're gonna
Yeah.
go to Port-
All right, let's see what this does. It's really dead. All right, so let's go ahead and just let that charge. for a few minutes, we'll go ahead and pull this off, and we'll take a look back at this all again. So we'll get you a full number
Okay.
just to be certain, but
Sure,
that's
sure.
usually right around where it is. It's like 160 to 180 or so.
Okay.
I don't even see anything going in there.
No fluid.
No. Get a.
So you guys been looking at houses over here, this area?
Yeah, we haven't been to that.
No. Been years since we have.
They're steep, I know that.
Ridiculous.
That's why we stopped. And because I can't, all the new construction by us, I can't sell it and buy the same house anymore.
Is that garbage?
No, this is the jets
Oh.
that are in there. Yep, those are clogged up again. All right, let's go clean these up. Let's take this. This is kind of like your typical. It's like so in like a dirt bike carburetor. You got a main jet in there and pilot jet and stuff. That's this fuel comes up into this for these two ports, and then it goes into these two ports and comes out these pissers here, and these are all clogged up. So it kind of gets it started and going, and then there's two other ones down there that are in the middle. So we'll go clean these out again and go from there. Because like I said, when you move the tank around, something might have gotten in the line because it's a bottom feed, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So something got in that line and probably clogged it up. No big deal. It's what.
Now, also, just so you know,
Yeah.
the filter I put in has an arrow in. I put it in towards the tank, right? Is that how it goes?
Probably not.
Probably not.
It usually goes towards the carb.
You want me to switch it now, or it doesn't matter?
Let's get it.
Get it
It
started.
matters, but it doesn't matter. Like it could get some
I'm
air.
cleaning, right.
Yeah, it could get some air. It just depends. What? Oh, the dog's out.
Hello,
buddy.
Brando.
All right, let's go to the trailer and clean this up.
What are you doing, Brando?
What you doing, buddy? Hi. Hi. My hand's got some gas on it, so I'll use my pinky. Ah, baby. Yeah, the little tiny beagle. That's clear.
Yeah.
They're pretty clear, or at least they are now.
Watching the news today?
All right, let's try this out. Let's put this back together and see if we can get this thing to fire up. Because we probably are still just losing. But if this doesn't do it, we'll have to swap that filter because it probably shouldn't. I have to double check, but typically it should be facing, I think it should be facing the other way. Depends on where the little thing is or where the filter is in there.
Right behind the wheel, the back wheel.
No, like the direction of it.
Oh.
me put this cover back on as well.
Be nice if engines went back like this, huh? All the room and everything.
Jeez.
Plugs are
Like
nice and easy to take out.
like I was saying the last time we were here, when you had the issues with the ignition system and stuff. Granted, this thing sits, you don't use it all the time,
Right.
but it's a what, 1951? 1951, straight 8, just a beast of a car, and everything comes apart so easy versus something that's built today that has a million things on it when it doesn't come apart. And I don't mean like because there's a million things in the way, bolts just come loose. I didn't expect this carburetor to come apart as easy as it did last time. It just, everything came apart easy and nothing was gummied up and stuck. Gaskets weren't destroyed or anything. All right, let's see what kind of flow we get on this. Go ahead.
Before I crank it up, quick question.
Yeah.
I bought lead additive. Should I put it on a full tank? Or no?
I can't answer that. Probably. It's not an engine today that older cars liked that lead, oil. The unleaded today is just not the same for these types of things with all that ethanol and shit in there.
When I fill it up, I'll add it.
Yeah.
Can't hurt.
I was going to say it can't hurt.
Okay, here we go.
All right, that seems like that was it on that. Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
The same thing, just a little piece of rust gets stuck in those little squirters in there. Easy, simple fixes. So
Thank you, sir.
it's stumbling a little bit there. But you want to hand that across while I'm here? The air cleaner, you want to hand it while I'm here?
Would you do me a favor?
Ah.
I know it's a pain. Would you take a look at that filter right
I'm going to
now?
look at it, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Hold on, let me get this down. There we go. Because it's still got a little stumbliness in there. Might just be because it's cold. But yeah, let's take a look at that. It's probably in backwards. All right, you take this. All right, sorry about that. So anyway, that's our Packard. I'm going to give you guys another scope of this thing, especially for you new viewers that maybe have not seen it before. But this thing is like perfect. And it runs so nice. It's got a little bit of discoloration. Oh no, it's not. It's just the way the shadow looks in there. No discoloration at all. It's really nice. Is that window open? Look at this thing. It's all original except for that radio. That radio is a new radio that has USB cables coming out the bottom. There's an inverter in the back that steps it up to 12 volts. So that actually brings us to the next thing. Let me just quickly show you the engine real fast. So just so you guys can see, 6 volt positive ground system. We've been working on this thing multiple times throughout the time that I've known him, probably, I don't know, 4 or 5 different times we've been here. Originally met him, it wasn't running and he had point and condenser problems, and then some other stuff, rear end leaks and the radio, and then what else? Oh, recently the same type of thing happened. He had some other secondary ignition things that had failed. There's a video on that. Yeah, just some cool stuff. So, but we got some other cool things coming up. So he wants to do the AC in it, which we're gonna do. It'll be a kit kind of like this one here, but he said it's gonna be a little smaller. So this is your typical like little vintage air kits that'll go under the dash. But he said the one that he's gonna get is a little bit different. So we don't mind him supplying those types of things. Electric compressor, not sure where we're gonna put that yet, probably in the trunk. But you heard what he said. It goes to a 12 volt generator, and then our power goes to that. And then I'm gonna have to look at that kit. I'm not familiar with it. I've never heard of it. I've heard of things like that before, but I've never heard of the kit he's talking about. Basically, with these, if you could apply 12 volts to almost everything, but you're gonna burn shit up. Things are gonna happen. You need that resistance in there to change it. So we're gonna figure out what that is. Hopefully that'll be something simple and fun to do, and we'll make some videos about it. But that's all on this Packard. Really nice car, and hopefully we get to make some videos for you guys about it later on in the next year. But right now, I got one more job to go take care of. So we're going to get paid here, and we'll see you at the next one. All right, I'm at the next one, which is at my house. We got this Hyundai Santa Fe. Either earlier this year or last year, we put a ball joint in on the driver front lower, which obviously the only one is the lower. But we had mentioned to them that the struts were no good because it's like freaking riding a boat as you go down the road. They're finally back for that. So we're going to put struts in, and we're going to go ahead and throw in a ball joint on the passenger side as well. So I've already got it up on jack stands, got one tire off, and we're going to get to work here and start on the other side when we do that strut. Let's see what kind of tools I bring with me. That's not the right side. That's not the right size either. 17. That's off. Probably gonna need a little. I should get a claw hammer. You guys love that. Got it. All right. We're good. No tension on these. Let's go to the top. I don't know if you guys can see me at the top. Nope, you can't. Obviously, you know what's up here. It's just 3 bolts. Or nuts, not bolts. So there you go. There's your strut. So again, the shock's bad. The spring's been extended, and the plate on this thing is trash because it's going clunk, 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 going down the road. I don't even know if you were looking at my face when I was saying all that. Come on. Can I get another one of those hangers?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that'll be fine. There's a metal bracket there. Don't yell at me. I need my cotter pin kit. Yep. These are fun to get out. Sorry, snap ring plier kit. Sorry, baby. I said the wrong thing. I do need that, but I said the wrong thing. Snap ring plier kit. We just used it on the other job. Whoops. Okay, we can still pull this. Okay. It doesn't have an Allen head, so we're going to have to grip the back. There should be a nut on it, typically. Oh, yeah, I can't see that because it's too close to my face. And we don't see up close. Jeez, what happened here?
That's how it looks when we put it away.
Well, why? Okay, I gotta get something underneath this in order to get this out. But, all right, let's see what we can do here. This one's gonna be fun. The last one sucked to do. I need my ball joint press kit, please. Do you guys see the dirt that's coming out of that thing? Or the old rubber? It's crazy. I swear these gnats are gonna make me stab myself in the face with a needle-nose plier. Babe, I hate to be a pain, but I'm gonna need a fan because these gnats just won't stop in my freaking face.
Okay.
This one should work here, or this one. I think this one will work, kind of. No, it'll push down on that, but it'll kind of keep it aligned. I think it'll be all right. Yeah, and then just like that, we should be able to get this to come out.
Is this gonna be too close for you?
No, it's fine. Just turn it down and point it down. Never mind, it was down. That thing got up loud. There we go. It's amazing what happens with the right tools. All right, you got a new ball joint for me? Oh, okay. We are done with our test drive. We'll give it a little shake. Oh. No more bouncing like it's going down the freaking ocean. So all in all, not a bad day. We booked out 5 jobs with a total revenue of $1,900 on those 5 jobs. We did stop and see another one that was here in the neighborhood, 1 block over. We will include that into the repair. It's an F-150 that's got the plastic oil pan. It's got a crack in it. It's leaking. So we need to get an estimate for that. And we have a ton of work in the office to go do. We've got a bunch of estimates on phone calls that came in today. But all in all, not a bad day. $1,900 really helps out. We're going into Christmas, and we like to take the 2 weeks off at the end of the year. So we're trying to hustle, get as much done as we possibly can. So outside of that, we're done with our day. So if you enjoy what we're doing, please hit that like and subscribe button. Leave some comments below. It definitely really helps the channel. We got to get all the support we can get if we want to continue to keep doing what we're doing to help you guys out. And don't forget, if you're a mobile service or you're just getting into business as a mobile service, hit that link down in the description. Our school community is growing fast. We've got almost 700 people in that group, and we'd love to have you there. But until then, we'll see you on the next ride along.